my precious light bearer. Something rare, something divine, something written in the heavenly books long before you were born has begun to move toward you. And as Archangel Michael steps forward, his sword shining like a sunrise cutting through centuries of darkness, he whispers with urgency, "Do not delay. This revelation must reach you now. Because today's message, the one delivered on December 8th, is not ordinary, not symbolic, not gentle. It is urgent. It carries the weight of destiny, the vibration of union, and the shock of a divine financial blessing that has already been released into your timeline. And Archangel Michael says that someone whose name you are not expecting, has set their heart on you. Their intention is marriage. Their spirit is drawn to yours with a pull you cannot resist, because the heavens themselves are authoring this connection. And the part that will leave you breathless, the part Archangel Michael says must be revealed immediately, is that a wedding gift valued at $15 million has already been placed on your spiritual path. Not a metaphor, not a symbol, a real, tangible blessing. But listen closely. The heavens are saying this has to reach you before you make a certain decision, before you walk away from someone or accept something that isn't truly aligned. Now breathe and let your spirit hear this clearly. Archangel Michael shows me a house, your house, the place you sleep, the place you think, the place where you have cried silent tears and whispered prayers nobody else heard. And he says, in this house, the shift has already begun. Because recently, you may have felt strange signals, a sudden pressure in your chest, a moment where time paused for no reason, a dream of a face you couldn't identify, a whisper in your heart saying, something is coming. These were not coincidences. These were preparations. The reason this message is marked urgent is because someone you would never imagine, is being divinely aligned with your life. A person who carries a name that will surprise you, maybe even shock you. A name connected with purpose, inheritance, restoration, and divine timing. Do not be confused. Do not overthink. You are not imagining this shift. Archangel Michael says this union is not just romantic. This is a calling, a spiritual assignment wrapped in love. And when this person steps in, your life will feel like a prophecy fulfilling itself. Now, let me tell you what Archangel Michael is revealing about the blessing. This $15 million gift is tied to a new season of elevation. It may come through inheritance, partnership, opportunity, property, assets, or even a sudden unexpected breakthrough. But the message is clear. This gift will be connected to your marriage season. It is not random money. It is not luck. It is destiny funding destiny. Someone wants to build a future with you, and heaven is resourcing that future in advance. The Archangel warns, do not let your doubts, your past disappointments, or your fear of being hurt again close your spirit. Because the moment you shut your heart, the blessing delays. And this message is being delivered urgently so that you don't block what was designed for you before you were even born. Now listen carefully. You may have felt alone lately, even misunderstood. You may have thought, why does love avoid me? Why is my heart always the one that breaks? But Archangel Michael says, your loneliness was not punishment. It was preparation. The reason the wrong people left, the reason certain relationships collapsed, the reason your heart felt heavy is because the right one, the divinely assigned one, could not enter while you were still tied to what wounded you. And now the alignment begins. The angels are arranging conversations. They are opening pathways. They are clearing confusion around your emotions. They are lifting you into the season of chosen love. Let this next sentence sink deep into your spirit. Love is coming, and it is coming with abundance. You are not stepping into a relationship. You are stepping into a destiny partnership. This is why Archangel Michael says the urgency is real. There is someone watching you, admiring you, praying for you, even if silently. There is someone who senses your heart more than your words. There is someone being divinely guided to choose you boldly, clearly, fearlessly. And the moment they reveal their name, your spirit will know. Now, before you move forward, hear this final message for today. Archangel Michael is positioning you for a life-altering revelation. Your home, your heart, your finances, your relationships, everything is shifting. Stay alert. Stay open. Stay expectant. Because the next signs will be unmistakable. And if you feel this speaking to your soul, stay right here. The next unfolding is where the revelation becomes clear, and you'll want to witness every detail as it unlocks. Hold on, because what comes after this will make everything finally make sense. My cherished soul, the moment you opened yourself to the message released earlier, something shifted in the unseen realms around you. Archangel Michael steps closer now, the air around you growing still, as though time itself is listening. His presence carries the weight of revelation, and he begins to uncover the next layer of this divine mystery that surrounds your life. What you are about to hear is not just information, it is alignment. It is preparation. It is the echo of a promise long delayed, but finally arriving with power. Archangel Michael says the person who desires to marry you is someone whose spirit has been pulled into your orbit for months, maybe even years, without your awareness. There have been moments when your heart felt drawn toward an invisible presence, a sensation that made no logical sense, but you felt it anyway. You may have brushed it off as imagination. You may have assumed it was nothing. But heaven saw it. Heaven orchestrated it. Heaven has now decided the time to reveal it has come. This connection is not random. It is not accidental. It is not born from earthly desire alone. It is woven with divine intention. And Archangel Michael wants you to understand that the name tied to this person is not one you expect. It may be a name you once overlooked, a name you once doubted, a name you never connected with love. Or it may be a name you have not heard in a long time. But when it is spoken to you, when it surfaces into your life with clarity, your spirit will immediately recognize the truth behind it. You have been preparing for this without realizing it. Every heartbreak, every closed door, every betrayal that wounded you was actually moving you closer to this moment. The angels have been guiding your steps so that when this person arrives, you are not carrying the weight of your past into your future. You are entering a season of emotional clarity, spiritual maturity, and divine awareness. This is why the heavenly realm needed you to hear this message urgently. There is a decision coming, a path opening, a name appearing, and you must not be distracted when it does. Archangel Michael reveals something deeper now. This marriage is not simply a union of hearts. It is a restoration of destiny. It is the merging of two spiritual assignments that were always meant to walk side by side. You and this person were not written as two separate stories. You were written as one unfolding narrative. And heaven has waited for the exact time to bring the two of you into alignment. That time is approaching. Faster than you know. More suddenly than you expect. Let the next words settle inside you gently, but firmly. Someone has already been praying for you. Not just hoping. Not just dreaming. Praying. They may not have spoken it aloud, but their spirit has been calling your name before God. They have been asking for clarity. They have been asking for guidance. They have been asking for a sign. And this message is part of that sign. Now, Archangel Michael turns your attention to the astonishing financial blessing connected to this union. The 15 million gift is not a random miracle. It is a divine confirmation that your marriage season will not be built on struggle, but on supernatural provision. Heaven does not unite two chosen souls without providing the resources needed to support the purpose behind the union. This blessing is tied to your destiny, not your circumstances. The person being aligned with you carries access, opportunity, and abundance that will elevate your life to heights you once thought impossible. Do not be intimidated by the size of the blessing. Do not doubt whether you are worthy of it. The heavens do not invest in those who lack purpose. They invest in those who carry assignment. And you are one of them. Your journey has not been easy, but it has refined you. Your tears have not been wasted. They have purified you. Your silence has not been ignored. It hath been heard. The blessing is not a reward. It is a release of what was always meant for you. But Archangel Michael warns you of one thing. Before the revelation of the name, before the clarity about this person, before the blessing manifests in the physical realm, the enemy may attempt to stir confusion in your heart. Old emotions may resurface. Doubts may whisper. A memory of someone who hurt you may return. A voice from your past may try to reconnect. This is not coincidence. This is interference. When destiny draws near, distraction often comes first. You must stay centered. Stay awake. Stay discerning. Heaven is not asking you to chase love. Heaven is asking you to recognize it. The signs will begin showing up quickly. A sudden message. A dream of someone unexpected. A shift in your intuition that refuses to be ignored. The clarity approaching you will be impossible to dismiss. This next phase is delicate. It requires openness and trust. Do not shut your heart. Do not push away the very thing you have been praying for. Do not let your past create fear in your spirit. The divine alignment taking place is intentional, powerful, and unstoppable, unless you close yourself to it. This is why Archangel Michael says, with gentle authority, to stay with the unfolding. Each moment builds into the next. Each revelation prepares you for the one after it. And the moment the name is revealed will be the moment everything inside you shifts. Hold this truth with reverence. What is coming is not small. Prepare yourself, because the next unveiling will penetrate even deeper into your destiny. My radiant soul, as Archangel Michael draws even closer, the atmosphere around you thickens with revelation. There is a divine seriousness in the way he speaks your name in the spirit, as though heaven itself is making sure you are alert, listening, and aligned for what is coming next. His wings move like waves of golden fire, and each movement reveals another truth about the destiny unfolding before your eyes. What you are stepping into is not a simple love story. It is a spiritually engineered union, crafted through trials, purified through waiting, and activated through obedience. Archangel Michael shows me something sacred now, something deeply connected to your heart. He shows me the moment you almost gave up on love, the moment you whispered, "Maybe I am not meant for this," and he says that heaven heard that whisper louder than your prayers. That whisper was the turning point. That whisper opened a spiritual gate. That whisper was when the angels intervened and began preparing someone specifically for you. Someone who carries your frequency. Someone whose spirit recognizes yours even before your mind does. This person is not entering your life by chance. They have been guided, drawn, pulled, and positioned so precisely that even the smallest detail of their arrival is heaven-timed. Archangel Michael reveals that this individual has been experiencing a strange inner stirring, a growing awareness, a sudden clarity about what and who they truly desire. It is as though heaven had been nudging them, whispering your direction into their heart until they cannot ignore it anymore. They may have been uncertain, hesitant, or unaware before, but now their spirit has awakened. The reason their name will shock you is because you have never imagined them in this role. You may know them casually or not at all. You may have crossed paths without thinking twice. Or perhaps they admired you quietly while you carried burdens they never knew about. Whichever the case, the name attached to your destiny is part of the divine surprise prepared for you. Archangel Michael says you are entering a chapter where God delights in giving you sudden joy, sudden clarity, sudden love, and sudden abundance. Now look deeper into this. Heaven does not send a partner without sending provision. This is why the $15 million blessing is woven into your story like golden thread. It is not merely a gift, it is a sign, a seal, a heavenly fingerprint proving that this union is not ordinary. This amount may come through unexpected wealth transfer, a long-awaited release, an inheritance, a business expansion, or something so sudden that it leaves you in awe. But it is tied to your marriage season. When love and purpose unite, provision follows. Archangel Michael reveals that this blessing will silence every voice that doubted you. It will lift you into a season of financial safety, emotional healing, and spiritual abundance. There are things you were meant to accomplish, places you were destined to go, foundations you were appointed to build, and this blessing will make them possible. You are not stepping into a life where you struggle through every door. You are stepping into a life where doors open because they were assigned to open for you. But the Archangel warns that destiny always triggers resistance. You may feel old emotions resurfacing. You may notice people from your past reappearing. You may encounter sudden confusion or sudden distractions. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual echoes designed to test whether your heart is ready. Heaven asks you to stay grounded and spiritually awake. Do not be pulled backward when everything in the unseen realm is pushing you forward. Your angels are guiding this connection carefully. They are clearing misunderstandings, dissolving fears, and softening your heart. They are strengthening your inner confidence so when love approaches, you do not shrink back into doubt. Archangel Michael says the energy around you is shifting, and soon, your dreams may begin revealing faces, names, or signs connected to this divine union. Pay attention. Heaven is speaking. You have felt something coming. A shift, a whisper, a feeling you could not name. You thought it was just emotional turbulence, but it was a prophetic signal. Everything inside you had been preparing for this moment, and now heaven is beginning to release the evidence. The next revelation Archangel Michael gives is deeply personal. He says your spirit has been carrying silent readiness. Even when your mind doubted, your soul remained aligned. Even when your heart feared, your soul stayed open. Even when you were tired, your inner light kept burning. That is why heaven is trusting you with this blessing. That is why this marriage season is opening for you now. You have been faithful, even when you felt forgotten. Do not underestimate how much your spirit has grown. Do not downplay how much your heart has matured. You are ready in ways you don't even realize yet. And soon, the divine alignment that has been moving quietly behind the scenes will step into visibility. The name will come into the light. The blessing will come into your hands. A connection will come into clarity. Stay here. Stay connected. Stay awake in the spirit. Because the next unfolding will bring pieces together that you didn't even realize were linked. Before moving forward, affirm your openness to heaven. Type "I receive my heavenly alignment" in the comments. Blessing code 337 is activated. If this message is touching your spirit, make sure you like this video, comment your confirmation, share it so others can awaken to their divine calling, and subscribe so you never miss what heaven releases next. Just as Archangel Michael is revealing your divine alignment, this mission is committed to awakening souls across the world. When you sow into this work through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal links in the description, you are not just supporting a channel, you are helping release God's light into homes where hope has gone silent. Heaven moves through willing vessels, and today, you can be that vessel. I say this to you personally. When you give, heaven sees it as a prophetic act, a seed placed on holy ground. And just as the message today carries the theme of sudden blessing and divine union, your giving becomes part of that same flow of supernatural release. Do not delay your obedience. Those who sow into God's movement receive a harvest beyond human logic. Step into the river of blessing now, and let heaven multiply your seed with divine fire. My awakened spirit bearer, as Archangel Michael steps forward again, there is a deeper intensity in his presence, as though the heavens themselves are leaning in to ensure you do not miss what comes next. The air grows weighted with purpose, with divine urgency, with the unmistakable vibration of something nearing completion. The revelation unfolding in this moment carries the fragrance of destiny, the sound of alignment, and the energy of long-awaited fulfillment. You are no longer standing at the beginning of this message, you are standing inside the unfolding itself. Archangel Michael reveals that the person connected to your future has been undergoing their own transformation, a quiet, hidden awakening that mirrors your own journey. They may not speak about it openly. They may not show the signs externally. But inside them, a stirring has begun. Something in their spirit has shifted, pulling them away from old habits, old cycles, and old relationships. This shift was heaven orchestrated, designed to prepare their heart for you before their life intersects with yours. Heaven does not send you someone unprepared. Heaven sends someone who had been broken, shaped, refined, and sharpened for the mission of loving you and standing beside you. And Archangel Michael makes this clear. Your future partner is not perfect, but they are chosen. And a chosen partner carries qualities that ordinary relationships cannot produce. They carry divine understanding. They carry spiritual anchoring. They carry emotional depth molded through trials they have overcome. This is why the name attached to this person will surprise you. You may not associate them with this level of spiritual depth, but heaven has been working on them silently. You may not see their preparation, but their spirit is being groomed to meet yours. You may question their readiness, but heaven does not. The path that leads them to you has been cleared, tightened, and realigned. And soon, they will step into their identity boldly, with clarity about what they want and whom they are meant to walk with. Archangel Michael shows me a scene around your life, a spiritual vision of doors opening one after another in rapid succession. These doors represent opportunities, elevation, breakthroughs, and unexpected surprises. But one door, glowing brighter than the rest, is marked with the word union. And the moment that door opens, the floodgates of provision will follow. This is why the financial blessing of $15 million is tied to this chapter. It is not about material wealth alone. It is about kingdom purpose. It is about spiritual fulfillment. It is about building something lasting and sacred. Heaven is releasing resources not so you can flaunt them, but so you can fulfill your divine assignment without limitation. Your union will open doors that were locked for years. Your connection will birth ideas, opportunities, and transformations that neither of you could have accomplished alone. Archangel Michael brings attention to something deeply significant now. He says the blessing is large because the assignment is large. Your future partnership is not meant to be small, quiet, or hidden. It is meant to be impactful. You and this person will become a light in places where darkness once dominated. You will influence lives, shift atmospheres, and catalyze change. Heaven sponsors assignments of this magnitude with abundance, not scarcity. But there is something else unfolding. Archangel Michael shows me a moment of hesitation that may come to you soon. Something may happen that makes you question whether this message is truly for you. A moment may arise when the enemy whispers doubt or confusion or fear, especially around love. This is a spiritual test, a moment designed to see whether you trust what heaven has spoken. When this moment comes, remember this revelation. Remember that heaven does not release messages lightly. Remember that destiny only moves forward with those who remain spiritually grounded. Archangel Michael also reveals that a sign will appear soon, something subtle yet unmistakable. It may be a dream where you hear a name. It may be a sudden memory of someone unexpected. It may be a message, a call, a conversation, or a moment of synchronicity that feels too precise to be random. Pay attention. These signs are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are the bridge between the unseen realm and the material world. Your angels are clearing the path for this union. They are dissolving obstacles that once blocked your heart. They are removing people whose presence would interfere with the blessing. They are aligning circumstances so events unfold naturally, without force. And Archangel Michael emphasizes that the timing will surprise you. Something you thought would take years will happen suddenly. Something you thought was delayed forever will shift instantly. Something you believed was impossible will become undeniable. Heaven works in sudden moves. Destiny arrives like lightning. And when this revelation manifests, your life will feel as though a divine wind has swept through, clearing everything outdated and positioning everything ordained. Archangel Michael urges you to remain spiritually open. Do not allow past heartbreaks to close your heart. Do not let old wounds whisper lies into your spirit. Do not assume that because something failed before, it will fail again. Your past does not define your destiny. It prepares you for it. Every betrayal sharpened your discernment. Every disappointment strengthened your spirit. Every delay matured your soul. You are not walking into this season as who you once were. You are entering it as who you were always meant to become. And now, as this part of the revelation concludes, Archangel Michael whispers one final truth. What is coming is not meant to be questioned but embraced. Heaven is not asking you to chase anything. Heaven is asking you to receive what has already been written for you. Hold steady now. The next revealing carries even deeper clarity about the connection forming around your life. My chosen soul, as Archangel Michael steps into this moment with even greater clarity, the atmosphere around you feels charged, almost electric, as though heaven itself is preparing to pull back a veil that has been covering your destiny for years. His presence comes with a mixture of gentleness and power, and it is this balance that reveals the next unfolding of your divine assignment. You are moving into a realm of truth that has been hidden from you, not because you were unworthy, but because the timing had not yet ripened. But now, at this exact point in your life, heaven says you are ready. Archangel Michael begins by showing me an image of your heart glowing with a golden light. It is the kind of light that only appears when someone has endured, survived, healed, and risen higher than every battle that once tried to destroy them. You may not realize this, but your heart emits a spiritual frequency, one that attracts what is meant for you and repels what is not. This frequency has been growing stronger lately, even on days when you felt tired, confused, or emotionally drained. And heaven says the strengthening of this frequency is the very reason your divine counterpart is being drawn toward you with such intensity. The person meant for you has felt this pull too. They may not understand it logically, but spiritually, they feel an unrest, a longing, a curiosity that keeps pointing them in your direction. Their dreams may have begun shifting. Their thoughts may drift into unexpected territories. Their emotions may be experiencing sudden clarity. This is heaven awakening them, preparing them, guiding them into alignment with what has been written for both of you. Archangel Michael reveals that the alignment coming towards you is not something you can miss, because heaven is orchestrating it with precision. You have been in seasons where things slipped away. You have been in seasons where timing failed you. You have been in seasons where love felt too fragile to trust. But this season is different. In this season, heaven holds the timing. Heaven holds the connection. Heaven holds the revelation. Nothing will slip out of place. The reason the name will shock you is because heaven loves surprising those who have endured suffering with unexpected joy. You may look at this person and think, why them? How did this happen? When did this shift? But heaven has been working behind the scenes, reshaping both of your narratives so that when the connection arrives, it fits perfectly, naturally, and with divine ease. Archangel Michael then turns your attention toward the financial blessing that has been spoken over your life. He reveals that this blessing is deeply connected to your future stability, your future influence, and your future assignments. $15 million is not a number chosen at random. It is a number that signifies completion, fullness, expansion, and divine sponsorship. The amount is prophetic, carrying a vibration that elevates everything it touches. And heaven is not releasing this blessing based on your past. It is releasing it based on your calling. This blessing will help open doors that were previously locked. It will enable you to pursue dreams you placed on the shelf because you lacked resources. It will build generational security, ensuring that your children and grandchildren step into a world where limitation no longer dictates their choices. And perhaps most importantly, it will allow you and your partner to walk into divine purpose together without the burden of financial strain holding you back. Archangel Michael reveals something profoundly important now. He says that when heaven prepares a union like this, the enemy tries to send counterfeits, distractions, or sudden confusion. You may find old emotions surfacing. Someone from your past may reach out unexpectedly. You may feel a strange heaviness in your chest or an unexplained worry. This is not spiritual failure. It is spiritual interference. When heaven moves, resistance tries to whisper doubt into your spirit. But you are wiser now. You are spiritually sharper. You can sense the difference between something that drains you and something that expands you. Heaven asks you to trust that discernment. Do not give energy to anything that feels confusing, heavy, or misaligned. The real connection will come with peace, clarity, and divine confirmation, never chaos. Archangel Michael shows me that your angels are surrounding your home right now. They are guarding your space. They are cleansing your environment. They are shifting the atmosphere so nothing unwanted lingers. You may have felt the urge recently to clean, rearrange, reorganize, or remove certain items. This was not random. This was your spirit responding to the angelic work happening around you. Your home is being prepared as a vessel of peace for what is coming. Now Archangel Michael whispers something filled with power. He says that your divine counterpart is closer than you think. Not just spiritually, physically. Your presence is not far. Their awareness is awakening. Their intentions are becoming clearer. And soon, something in your life will shift so dramatically that you will know heaven has moved. Heaven asks you to remain open, not anxious. Expectant, not fearful. receptive, not doubtful. Everything approaching you is aligned, intentional, and prepared. And as this part closes, Archangel Michael urges you to hold on to this truth. Nothing can stop what heaven has begun. You are walking toward the revelation that will rewrite your story. Seal this moment with faith. Type "I embrace my heaven-sent future" in the comments. Blessing code 805 is now released. Stay close. The next unveiling carries a magnitude your spirit has been waiting for. My divinely guided one, as Archangel Michael steps further into this moment, the air shifts again, almost as though the heavens are adjusting the atmosphere around your spirit so you can receive what comes next without interference. His presence carries a depth of authority, a weight of clarity, and a profound sense of movement, as though the plans written for your life are no longer waiting, they are advancing. You may not see it physically yet, but in the spiritual dimension, your timeline is accelerating. Your destiny is unfolding with a force that cannot be delayed any longer. Archangel Michael reveals that there is a particular reason heaven chose to speak about marriage, alignment, and financial elevation all at once. These three areas of your life have been the places where you experience the most warfare, the most confusion, the most disappointment, and the most delay. The enemy always fights the area of your life that threatened darkness, and your union threatened darkness. Your elevation threatens darkness. Your abundance threatens darkness. This is why the battles you have faced in love and finances were never ordinary battles. They were targeted. But Archangel Michael says those battles are now losing their power because the season of restoration is overtaking the season of struggle. The shift began quietly, almost invisibly, but now it is becoming loud in the spirit. The angels assigned to your destiny have already gone ahead of you, clearing paths that were previously blocked. They are removing people who were not part of your divine story. They are exposing motives, redirecting timelines, and softening hearts, including your own. Heaven has been preparing both you and this person, your future partner, in ways you could not fully see. The changes they have gone through recently, the sudden clarity they have felt, the emotional walls that have begun to crumble around them are not accidents. They are the results of divine intervention. Heaven has been rewiring their understanding, reshaping their desires, and realigning their priorities so they can finally recognize the spiritual value of what is coming toward them. And what is coming toward them is you. Archangel Michael makes it clear that this union is not simply about companionship. It is about spiritual activation. When the two of you come together, something powerful will ignite. Your gifts will sharpen. Your intuition will deepen. Your creativity will expand. The anointing over your life will intensify. This is why the heavens emphasize this connection so strongly. It is not emotional, it is divine. It is not temporary, it is eternal. It is not fragile, it is fortified. And this is also why the financial blessing tied to this message is so significant. Heaven invests resources only into relationships and callings that carry purpose. The $15 million spoken over your life is not a random amount nor an exaggerated promise. It is a divine resource assigned to elevate your path so you can build without fear, give without hesitation, travel without restriction, and establish the foundations heaven has chosen for you. This blessing is not simply about wealth. It is about freedom, opportunity, and fulfillment. Archangel Michael shows me an image of you standing at a crossroads, yet the path before you is glowing. That glowing path represents the direction heaven is guiding you toward. You may soon find yourself needing to make decisions that impact your relationships, your location, your work, or your commitments. Heaven says these decisions will come with clarity. You will not be guessing. You will not be confused. Instead, the right decision will bring peace so deep, so grounding, that you will feel it in your very soul. Heaven is also preparing to reveal something connected to the identity of this person. The revelation may arrive in a dream, a moment of sudden memory, a conversation you did not expect to have, or a repeating sign that becomes impossible to ignore. But Archangel Michael warns that before the clarity arrives, there may be a small moment of emotional turbulence, almost like a spiritual echo from the past trying to pull your attention. When this happens, remember this message. Do not let the noise of yesterday distract you from the revelation of tomorrow. Your angels have been adjusting the energy in your home, your mindset, and even your sleep. You may have noticed yourself waking up at unusual hours. You may have sensed a shift in your intuition, a sudden increase in spiritual awareness, or a sense that something important is approaching. These sensations are signs that your spirit is synchronizing with the divine timeline. You are being prepared for recognition, the moment your soul identifies the one heaven has chosen. Archangel Michael also speaks about your heart. He says your heart has been through enough storms to know the difference between something forced and something divinely delivered. The love that is coming toward you will not feel like pain, confusion, or guessing games. It will feel like alignment. It will feel like breath returning to your chest. It will feel like something that was missing finally being restored. Heaven is not sending you chaos. Heaven is sending you clarity. As he concludes this part of the revelation, Archangel Michael urges you to stay spiritually alert in the days ahead. Small signs, subtle movements, soft whispers, and unexpected shifts will begin to appear. Do not overlook them. Destiny rarely enters with noise. It enters with precision. You are closer to the unveiling than you realize, and heaven wants you ready. Hold steady. What comes next will illuminate the mystery of this divine connection even more clearly. My rising one, as Archangel Michael steps even closer, the atmosphere around your spirit shifts into something deeper, something heavier with truth, as though the heavens have decided that you are finally ready to hear the part of the message that has been guarded until now. His presence feels like a shield, like a mantle of protection wrapping around your life as the next unveiling begins. You are not just receiving information, you are being positioned for revelation. You are being aligned for something that will redirect the entire course of your future. Archangel Michael begins by revealing the unseen preparation you have been undergoing. You may have felt emotionally stretched, spiritually shaken, or mentally exhausted in recent months. You may have wondered why certain people faded from your life or why you felt compelled to distance yourself from environments that once felt comfortable. These shifts were not random. They were part of the spiritual clearing necessary for what is approaching. Heaven does not allow divine alignment to enter a cluttered heart or a crowded atmosphere. Your spirit had to be purified, and that purification is now complete. Your future partner, the one whose name will shock you, had been moving through a parallel transformation. They have been confronting their fears, their insecurities, their doubts, and the lingering wounds of their past. Heaven has been exposing the areas within them that needed healing so they could approach you with authenticity, devotion, and spiritual maturity. They have been carrying questions, battling uncertainties, and searching for direction, not realizing that heaven has been guiding them straight toward you. Archangel Michael reveals that this person's spirit has begun to feel a pull so strong they can no longer ignore it. They may be feeling sudden clarity about what they want in life. They may be sensing a need to shift priorities. They may be feeling internal nudges that redirect their focus. These are the beginnings of recognition. Even before your minds connect, your spirits are already moving toward each other. And when the moment arrives, the recognition will feel effortless. as though your souls have known each other long before your eyes ever met. This is why heaven continues emphasizing that the blessing attached to this union is not small. $15 million is a prophetic release that carries purpose. It is not about luxury. It is about legacy. It is not about indulgence. It is about impact. This blessing is meant to stabilize your future, empower your assignments, and create the foundation for a life that influences others in ways you cannot yet imagine. Heaven is preparing a resource flow so steady, so abundant, that your days of survival will become a distant memory. Archangel Michael shows me a vision of your hands being lifted, not by your own strength, but by the strength of heaven. This vision represents the season you are entering, a season where you are no longer carrying everything alone. Your future partner will not come to you as a weight. They will come as support. They will come as clarity. They will come as confirmation. They will come as someone who sees you, values you, protects you, and honors your calling. Heaven is not sending you someone who will drain you. Heaven is sending you someone who will elevate you. Archangel Michael reveals another layer now, something subtle but important. The enemy may attempt one last distraction before the revelation fully appears. You may notice a person from your past suddenly showing interest again. You may feel a familiar emotion surface unexpectedly. You may sense a tug toward something that once held you back. This is not a sign to return. It is a sign that the shift is close. Whenever destiny draws near, the past tries to resurface. But you have matured beyond those cycles. You are no longer the person who once settled for less than you deserved. Your discernment has sharpened. Your intuition has grown. Your spirit now knows what aligns and what obstructs. Heaven says you will not be deceived. You are stepping into this next chapter with clarity. Archangel Michael also reveals that physical signs may begin appearing around you. There may be moments when you feel sudden warmth around your shoulders or a tingling sensation near your hands. There may be times when your thoughts quiet unexpectedly, as though something divine is settling you. You may feel your dreams becoming more vivid, more symbolic, more purposeful. These are spiritual confirmations that you are entering the threshold of an ordained encounter. You have been waiting, praying, hoping, and surviving for long enough. Now heaven says you are transitioning from waiting into receiving. You are stepping out of emotional survival and into divine fulfillment. The future that once felt distant is now stepping into your present. The mystery that once felt locked is now opening like a sealed scroll being unrolled by angelic hands. Archangel Michael emphasizes that the revelation of the name will not be confusing. It will not be chaotic. It will not leave you guessing. When the name is revealed, something inside your spirit will settle. A peace so deep will wash over you that you will know heaven is confirming the truth. There will be no anxiety, no overthinking, no fear. Only recognition. Your life is shifting. Your heart is opening. Your destiny is aligning. And heaven is making sure you do not miss what has already been appointed for you. Hold on. The next revelation will draw you even closer to the heart of your divine destiny. My destined one. As Archangel Michael steps forward again, there is a profound shift in the spiritual atmosphere surrounding you. It feels as though the heavens are tightening the circle of revelation, drawing you closer to the core of the mystery that has been unfolding layer by layer. His presence is steady, powerful, and filled with a divine insistence that you do not miss what is being spoken in this sacred moment. You have reached a point in this journey where the veil is thinning, and the truths that were once distant are now within reach. Archangel Michael reveals something extraordinary now, something that has been moving quietly beneath the surface of your life. He shows me that your future partner has recently stepped into a season of heightened spiritual sensitivity. They may not have the language for it, They may not fully understand why they feel the way they do, but their soul is waking up. Heaven has begun stirring them, nudging them, and awakening them to something they cannot shake. An inner pull, a sudden awareness, a new clarity that has been forming like dawn breaking inside their heart. This awakening is not random. It is intentionally tied to you. Your spirit has been calling out spiritually, even when you were silent physically. Your growth, your healing, your prayers, your resilience, your transformation. These have been sending signals into the spiritual dimension. Signals that your angels carried. Signals that reached the one assigned to your life. Signals that have begun activating their desire to move toward you. Archangel Michael says the timing is no longer future. The timing is now. Heaven has already set things in motion. What you once doubted will soon become undeniable. The name that will shock you is connected to this awakening. Heaven kept the identity hidden for a long time because the preparation was incomplete, both for you and for them. But now the heavens say both of you are ready. Both of you have matured. Both of you are healed. Both of you have shed the layers that would have made this union fragile. The time of delay has ended. The time of alignment has begun. Archangel Michael shows me the divine reason for the financial blessing tied to this union. Heaven does not sponsor chaos. Heaven sponsors purpose. The $15 million blessing has been prepared because your union carries responsibility, influence, and kingdom weight. You are not being elevated for luxury alone. You are being elevated because you will be pillars for others. You will be healers. You will be builders. You will be carriers of light. Heaven invests heavily in those who are called to change atmospheres. His blessing will function as a shield, as a foundation, as a launching platform for your assignment. It will strip away every financial fear that once haunted you. It will restore the years where lack controlled your choices. It will place you in a season where you no longer survive. You lead, you grow, you expand, you fulfill. Archangel Michael speaks with intensity now. He says you must be prepared for the shift that is approaching quickly. Things may begin accelerating in your life. You may notice people reacting differently to you. You may feel new clarity about decisions you once postponed. There may be moments where your inner spirit feels almost restless, as though you know something is coming but cannot name it yet. This is not anxiety, it is anticipation. Your spiritual senses are preparing for the revelation, and with that revelation comes a test. The enemy will attempt one more time to distract you. You may feel old emotions trying to resurface. You may see someone from your past reaching out suddenly. You may experience a moment of doubt or fear. These are not signs to return backward. They are signs that destiny is close enough to threaten the darkness that used to hold you. You must not allow anything or anyone from your past to pull you off course now. Your angels are already guarding your heart. They are standing at the threshold of your new chapter. They are ensuring that nothing interferes with what heaven has prepared. Archangel Michael shows me that your dreams may take on new meaning in this season. You may see names, initials, locations, or symbolic signs that point you toward understanding. Pay attention to these dreams. They are not random. They are divine messages shaping your awareness. Some dreams may even carry emotional clarity, showing you what to release and what to embrace. Heaven is speaking more loudly now because the revelation is drawing near. Heaven asks you to stay open. Stay soft. Stay expectant. You are not waiting anymore. You are preparing. You are not hoping. You are aligning. You are not searching. You are being guided. Everything is orchestrated. Every step is intentional. Every detail is designed by divine intelligence. Archangel Michael concludes this part with a powerful truth. Your destiny is not coming toward you slowly. It is approaching with momentum. And once the name is revealed, the rest of the story will unfold rapidly, beautifully, unmistakably. Seal this revelation with faith. Type "I align with heaven's timing" in the comments. Blessing code 660 is released. Before you move forward, if this message is awakening something in your spirit, make sure you like this video, share it to spread this divine word, comment your confirmation, and subscribe so you never miss the revelations heaven is releasing for you. Just as Archangel Michael is preparing you for a divine alignment, this mission is dedicated to awakening souls who are searching for God's voice in their own lives. When you support this channel through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal links in the description, you are not supporting a platform. You are fueling a movement of light into a world drowning in confusion. I speak this directly. When you give, heaven treats your giving as a seed planted into prophetic soil. Just as the title speaks of sudden revelation and sudden blessing, your support becomes part of that same spiritual momentum. Your seed carries fire, and heaven multiplies fire. Do not hesitate. Step into the river of obedience, and may the blessing of open heavens rest upon every giver with divine acceleration. My illuminated soul, as Archangel Michael steps near once more, the atmosphere around you becomes deeply still, almost sacred, as though heaven has paused just long enough to deliver something of immense importance into your spirit. This next unveiling is not meant to excite your emotions alone. It is meant to anchor your destiny. What you are about to hear carries the tone of heavenly certainty. It is the kind of revelation that reshapes your understanding of what is unfolding behind the scenes of your life. Archangel Michael reveals that your spirit has entered a new vibration, a new spiritual frequency that marks the beginning of divine manifestation. For years, you have lived in preparation. For years, you have walked through refining. For years, you have prayed, hoped, cried, and waited. But now, the heavens say you have crossed an invisible threshold. You may not have felt it happen. You may not even recognize it yet, but your spirit has already stepped into a higher realm of alignment. The reason your inner world has felt different, lighter at times, heavier at others, is because heaven is rewiring your spiritual pathways. You are being prepared to hold what once would have overwhelmed you. The kind of love coming toward you is not small, fragile, or unstable. It is steady. It is protected. It is heaven-backed. And heaven must prepare the heart that will receive it. Archangel Michael shows me that your future partner has sensed this shift as well. Even if they cannot explain it, something in their soul is awakening. They are beginning to feel the pull toward destiny, the pull toward peace, the pull toward purpose. They may be contemplating changes, reflecting on relationships, revisiting their priorities, or sensing sudden clarity about what they truly desire in life. Heaven has placed you on their spiritual radar, long before their physical awareness catches up. This person's name, the name that will shock you, has been sealed until the appointed time. The reason the heavens hid the identity for so long was to protect the process. If you had known earlier, you might have moved prematurely. If they had known earlier, they might not have been spiritually ready. Heaven allows revelation only when both hearts have reached the level of maturity necessary to handle the weight of destiny. And now heaven is saying, prepare. The revelation is near. Archangel Michael reveals that one of the strongest signs approaching you is a shift in your emotional atmosphere. You might suddenly lose interest in people who once occupied your thoughts. You might feel a deep internal release from someone you once hoped would return. You might feel your heart settling into unexpected peace. These emotional shifts are not random. They are heavenly adjustments. Your spirit is releasing what does not belong so it can receive what does. Another sign will be clarity in your intuition. You may find yourself sensing things before they happen. You may begin feeling an inner yes or inner no with stronger accuracy. Heaven is sharpening your discernment so you can recognize the divine connection when it appears. This union will be so pure, so aligned, so spiritually confirmed that confusion will not have a place in it. Archangel Michael also shows me a vision of a key being placed in your hand. This key represents access to opportunities, access to revelation, and access to elevation. The financial blessing of $15 million is part of this access. Heaven does not release such magnitude without purpose. This blessing is coming to create space, remove limitation, and position you for generational impact. The blessing is not only for you, it is for the seeds you will plant, the people you will help, and the lives your union will influence. This blessing carries spiritual weight. It carries divine intention. It carries heavenly authority. But Archangel Michael gives an important warning. Before the blessing manifests and before the name is revealed, there may be a moment of sudden pressure. You may feel emotional heaviness without explanation. You may feel fatigued, introspective, or unusually quiet. This is not attack. It is spiritual contraction. Just as birth is preceded by pressure, manifestation is preceded by inner stretching. Something is expanding in your spirit. Something is being put into reality. Heaven urges you to remain calm and grounded through this moment. Do not mistake pressure for misalignment. It is the final preparation before the unfolding. Your angels are working tirelessly around you. They are rearranging circumstances. They are removing hidden obstacles. They are preparing the heart of the one assigned to you. You are not waiting alone. Heaven is working in ways you cannot yet see. Archangel Michael now reveals that the revelation of the name will come gently, not dramatically. It will enter your awareness through peaceful recognition, perhaps through a dream, perhaps through a conversation, perhaps through a sudden knowing that settles into your spirit like a whisper turning into certainty. When this recognition comes, you will not question it. You will understand it. Your destiny is not coming from afar. It is approaching from alignment. Divine timing is converging. Paths are intersecting. Purpose is synchronizing. And heaven will make sure you do not miss the moment when everything becomes clear. Archangel Michael leaves you with this truth: what is aligned with heaven cannot be taken, delayed, or interrupted. You are moving toward a revelation that will not only change your life, it will define your future. Stay close. The next revelation will bring even deeper illumination to the destiny drawing near your life. My spiritually awakened one, as Archangel Michael steps into this moment once again, there is a gravity in his presence unlike anything felt before. It is as though the heavens are preparing the final stages of a divine unveiling, drawing together every thread of destiny that has been quietly weaving around your life. There is a firmness in his voice now, a certainty that tells you this next revelation is crucial. You have traveled through layers of preparation, layers of healing, layers of awakening, and now you are entering the realm of recognition. Archangel Michael begins by revealing something profound. Your spirit has become receptive in a way it has never been before. The state you are in right now, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, is the result of years of refining. Every tear you shed, every disappointment you survived, every heartbreak that once made you question your worth, all of these have shaped you into someone capable of carrying a destiny of great magnitude. Heaven has not overlooked a single moment of your journey. Instead, it has used every moment to prepare you for what is approaching now. Heaven understands timing with precision. You may have once wondered why certain relationships failed, why certain people left, or why certain opportunities slipped through your fingers. Archangel Michael reveals that these were not losses. They were divine redirections. Heaven removed what could not accompany you into your future. It protected you from unions that would have dimmed your light, suffocated your growth, or delayed your calling. Heaven has always known the identity of the one assigned to your life, even when you did not. This person, the one whose name will shock you, had been undergoing their own spiritual evolution. Archangel Michael shows me a vision of them standing at the edge of a new understanding, as though they are slowly waking from a long season of confusion. Your life has shifted recently. People who once influenced them may have fallen away. Habits they once relied on may have stopped fulfilling them. Dreams they once ignored may now be resurfacing. This is Heaven's way of preparing them for the connection forming between your spirits. Heaven is not merely aligning two people, it is aligning two destinies. And the moment these destinies meet, a spiritual ignition will occur. You may feel it as recognition, as peace, as a sudden knowing that the person standing before you is not random. They are appointed. Archangel Michael reveals another layer now, one that speaks directly to your heart. The love coming toward you will feel healed, not harmful. You will not have to force conversations. You will not have to beg for clarity. You will not have to shrink yourself to be understood. You will feel safe. You will feel seen. You will feel chosen. Heaven is not sending chaos disguised as romance. Heaven is sending peace disguised as destiny. This is why there is such emphasis on the timing of this message. Heaven needs you to remain open, alert, and aligned. The revelation of the name will not come as thunder. It will come as recognition. And recognition requires a quiet, receptive heart. A heart that listens, a heart that perceives, a heart that trusts. You may soon experience a series of spiritual insights that feel like puzzle pieces falling into place. You may begin noticing certain numbers, initials, locations, or repeating signs that draw your attention. You may feel your intuition strengthening at unusual speed. This is not coincidence. This is preparation. Heaven is positioning your consciousness to understand what your spirit already knows. Now Archangel Michael turns your attention toward the financial blessing once again. The sum of $15 million is far greater than earthly logic. But heaven does not operate from logic. It operates from purpose. This blessing is meant to liberate you, to reposition you, to empower you. You have carried the weight of survival for long enough. Heaven says you are stepping into a life where survival is replaced with stability, with abundance, with overflow. This blessing will allow you to dream again. It will lift burdens you have carried silently. It will create opportunities you once thought were impossible. And connected to your union, it will serve as the foundation of a life that impacts others, perhaps in ways you do not yet understand. Heaven invests heavily in those chosen for generational influence. Your calling is bigger than your past, and heaven is funding that calling. But Archangel Michael also offers a warning. As this blessing approaches and as the revelation of the name draws near, there may be a moment where your spirit feels unsettled. Not confused, just stretched. You may feel an unexpected shift in your emotions, as though old fears are attempting to surface one last time. This is not a sign of danger. It is a sign of transition. Before heaven elevates you, it clears out the fragments of yesterday that cannot go with you. Do not fear the emotional shifts that arise. They are your spirit releasing old attachments, old disappointments, and old pain. Let them pass through you without resistance. Heaven is emptying your heart so that destiny can fill it. Archangel Michael also reveals that you will begin recognizing small moments of divine intervention. Someone may speak words that resonate deeply. A stranger may say something that aligns perfectly with your situation. You may feel guided in your decisions as though an unseen hand is directing your steps. These are confirmations. These are signals that the heavens are active, participating, orchestrating, and arranging each detail of your journey. The revelation of the name is close, very close, and when it unfolds, your life will shift quickly, beautifully, irreversibly. You will look back on this season and realize that heaven was preparing you all along. Stay near. The next revelation will take you deeper into the unfolding miracle heaven has already begun. My divinely chosen one, as Archangel Michael steps closer in this moment, the atmosphere around your spirit becomes charged with a deeper sense of divine intensity. It is as though the very fabric of your destiny is vibrating with anticipation, preparing to reveal what has long been hidden. His presence feels protective, authoritative, and deeply intentional, as if heaven itself has entered the room to make sure you do not miss a single word of what is unfolding now. You have reached a point in this journey where the spiritual and the physical are about to collide. Archangel Michael begins by revealing that you are standing on the edge of a destiny moment, a moment that has been orchestrated across time, across dimensions, and across spiritual realms. This moment is not random. It is not sudden. It is the result of countless unseen movements, angelic intervention, divine timing, spiritual clearing, and the preparation of two hearts for a single future. You may not fully understand how much heaven has done behind the scenes, but soon you will see the evidence with your own eyes. Heaven has been preparing the spiritual frequency around your life, tuning it like an instrument so it resonates with the person assigned to your future. Every emotional release you've experienced recently, every moment where you felt guided, every intuitive nudge that shifted your thoughts, all of these have been part of the divine synchronization that is now reaching its peak. Your spirit is no longer wandering. It is aligning. It is connecting. It is settling into a truth it has always known but has only now become ready to receive. Archangel Michael shows me that your future partner is going through this same alignment. They may not understand why their heart feels restless or why their soul feels awakened. They may not completely grasp why their emotional landscape has shifted or why certain old attachments suddenly feel unfulfilling. But heaven hath been pulling on their spirit, guiding them toward readiness, toward clarity, toward purpose. Their awareness of you is growing, even if they have not seen you yet with physical eyes. Your spirit is sensing that something is coming, something predestined, something divinely orchestrated. They may find themselves thinking differently about love, about partnership, about commitment, not because of random thought, but because heaven is activating their inner knowing. Their soul is preparing for recognition. The name that will shock you is tied directly to this awakening. Heaven kept this name hidden because the connection needed spiritual maturity on both sides. You had to evolve into the version of yourself who could receive divine love without self-doubt. They had to evolve into the version of themselves who could give divine love without fear. Now that both hearts are aligned, heaven is preparing to reveal what was kept secret until the appointed moment. Archangel Michael reveals something powerful now. Your spirit will know before your mind understands. When this revelation comes, your internal world will shift instantly. You may feel a deep calm, a sudden sense of familiarity, or an emotional recognition that feels ancient. Your soul will speak louder than your thoughts. And when the name is revealed, everything inside you will align with certainty. But Michael also reveals that this union is not just emotional. It is divinely strategic. There is purpose attached to this connection. There is assignment attached to your future. You and this person will not simply walk together, you will rise together. Your presence in each other's lives will unlock doors that neither of you could walk through alone. This is why heaven has invested so deeply in preparing the both of you. It is why the financial blessing of $15 million is tied to this moment. This blessing is not simply provision. It is empowerment. It is heavenly infrastructure. It is the foundation upon which generations will stand. Heaven is not giving you this blessing to elevate your lifestyle. It is giving you this blessing to elevate your influence. You are being positioned for impact, for purpose, for legacy. This blessing will break cycles of lack, silence the voices of doubt, and anchor you into the abundance heaven has always intended for your lineage. Archangel Michael emphasizes that as this blessing draws closer, you may experience moments of spiritual sensitivity that feel unusually intense. You may feel strong inner emotions that come and go quickly. You may feel your intuition heightening at moments you least expect. You may sense spiritual activity around you more clearly, peace, warmth, guidance. This is not imagination. This is preparation. Heaven is strengthening your awareness because you will need it for the revelation that is approaching. Your angels are arranging divine appointments right now. They are preparing conversations, encounters, and moments that will illuminate your path. They are guiding your steps so you are positioned exactly where you need to be when destiny opens its door. Trust that nothing in this season is random. Trust that every shift, every pull, every instinct is heaven directing you. Archangel Michael then shows me a symbolic image, two paths, separated for years, now curving toward each other. They do not collide, they merge, effortlessly, smoothly, naturally. This is the path of you and the person whose name will soon shock you. Every step you've taken, every battle you've fought, every prayer you prayed has been leading you toward this merge. And now, heaven whispers, the time of unveiling is near. Remain centered. The next unveiling carries the final depth of this divine message. My destined soul of light, as Archangel Michael steps forth for the final unveiling of this sacred message, the atmosphere around you becomes heavier with divine purpose, almost as though time itself is holding its breath. You have walked through revelation after revelation, each layer lifting the veil from what heaven hath been preparing for you. But this moment, this very moment, is where understanding becomes embodiment. This is where prophecy becomes path. This is where destiny begins to breathe. Archangel Michael's presence carries a calm authority now, the kind of authority that signals completion rather than continuation. He stands not as a messenger delivering fragments of insight, but as a guardian sealing the truth over your life. His sword shines with a clarity that reflects the certainty heaven now places in your hands. You are ready. You are aligned. You are prepared for what comes next. He begins by showing me a profound vision, a book being opened in heaven, with your name inscribed in radiant gold. The pages turn on their own, stopping at a chapter glowing brighter than all others. This chapter represents the moment you are stepping into, a season marked by union, elevation, abundance, and divine purpose. You are not entering this season by accident. You are being ushered into it because you have fulfilled the spiritual prerequisites for what heaven is releasing. Archangel Michael reveals that your spirit is no longer waiting for alignment. It is living in alignment. This means that the person whose name will shock you has already begun spiritually gravitating toward you. Heaven has been guiding their steps, their thoughts, their emotions, and even their dreams. They may feel a sudden urgency in their spirit and not understand why. They may feel compelled to reflect, to evaluate, to seek clarity, or to make changes they avoided before. This is not coincidence. This is heavenly orchestration. Your future partner's spirit recognizes you even before their mind does. That recognition is growing now, stronger, clearer, louder. The threads of destiny that once moved quietly are now tightening around your lives. Soon, the spiritual pull will manifest as physical convergence. Soon, the name sealed within the heavens will reveal itself through circumstance, intuition, or direct encounter. And when it does, your entire being will understand. This revelation is emotional, but it is also strategic. Heaven is not uniting you with someone simply for companionship. It is uniting you with someone who carries a divine assignment that complements yours. Together, your paths will amplify each other. Together, your purposes will accelerate. Together, your influence will multiply. This is why the heavens invested years of preparation into this moment. Love is the vessel, but destiny is the mission. And the financial blessing connected to this season stands as heaven's final confirmation. The $15 million release is not symbolic. It is not exaggerated. It is not hypothetical. It is written into your spiritual ledger as provision for purpose. Heaven does not call without equipping. Heaven does not elevate without resourcing. Heaven does not assign without supplying. This blessing will serve as the foundation for the life you are about to build. It will free you from the limitations of your past. It will secure the path ahead. It will create opportunities you never thought possible. And it will flow into your life through channels heaven has already chosen. It may arrive through opportunity, transformation, inheritance, partnership, or unexpected breakthrough. But it will arrive. Archangel Michael offers a final warning. As this revelation draws nearer, there may be a surge of spiritual energy around you. You may feel moments of emotional intensity. You may sense deeper cravings for solitude. You may feel an urge to declutter your environment, to pray more, to rest more, or to reflect more. These sensations are not random. They are signs that heaven is preparing your inner and outer world for manifestation. The blessing you are stepping into requires both peace and readiness. Your angels are working around you at this very moment. They are guarding your home. They are silencing negative influences. They are clearing emotional residues. They are directing your steps with precision. Every instinct, every nudge, every shift you have felt in your spirit is part of the divine sequencing leading you into the revelation that is almost here. Archangel Michael now speaks the closing truth of this message. Your life is about to align in a way it never has before. The name will reveal itself. The blessing will position itself. The love will enter with clarity, peace, and divine confirmation. Nothing about this season will be fragile. Nothing about it will be confusing. Nothing about it will require struggle. What is ordained cannot be taken. What is written cannot be erased. What is aligned cannot be undone. Heaven is placing the final piece into your hands. Faith. Not blind faith. Not desperate faith. But awakened faith that recognizes when destiny stands at the door. Your spirit knows what is coming. Your heart feels what is coming. Your path is already moving toward what is coming. And Archangel Michael seals this message with certainty. You are entering the season heaven wrote with its own hand. Seal this final revelation with faith. Type "I step into my divine fulfillment" in the comments. Blessing code 1200 is now released. If this message has stirred your spirit, guided you, wakened you, or opened something within you, then like this video, share it, comment your confirmation, and subscribe so you never miss heaven's next instruction for your life. As Archangel Michael completes this divine unveiling, I speak to you from the same spiritual alignment woven throughout this message. If this word has touched your destiny, if it has awakened something inside you, then stand with this mission so the light of God can keep reaching souls who are searching for clarity and hope. When you sow into this work through Super Thanks membership, with the PayPal links in the description, you are not just giving, you are participating in heaven's movement. I declare this with authority. Every seed sown carrieth the oil of divine multiplication. Just as today's message revealed sudden alignment and blessing, your act of giving becomes a prophetic key that unlocks open heavens over your life. Move as the Spirit leads you. Step into obedience with boldness, and let heaven respond to your faith with supernatural increase.